All right, this is a review of the Vevor 110 pound or 50 kilogram double horn anvil. Full disclosure, this company sent me this anvil to take a look at. So I thought I would take a few minutes and tell you what I like about this anvil and a few things I'm not so crazy about in regards to this anvil. So first of all, the price for this thing, it's 110 pounds for $194. So right off the bat, that's a plus. I mean, if you're trying to get started blacksmithing on a budget, this is a good choice. This far and away beats a railroad track or a piece of scrap steel. This is a proper anvil that's been heat treated, and you can grind and radius the edges how you want to. You can see I did a little edge dressing here, and it does have a good amount of hardness. So right off the bat, you know, for $194, you get a proper anvil. So I like that. I like the price point. The 110 pound weight is a really good size to start with. Pretty much anything I make in my shop could be made on a 110 pound anvil. The idea that you have to have some monster 300 or 400 pound anvil just is not true at all. Continuing with things that I like the double horn pattern, which you can see underneath my main anvil is a double horn that's similarly shaped. I find that it's really nice to be able to hang things over the edge. Like if you're making a barbecue fork, you can put under here and have a flat to work as you move things around like that. That's a really handy area. And then I like the wider type horns more so than a super tapered cone. Things I'm not super wild about with this anvil. Right off the bat, I don't like the placement of this Pritchel hole. I think it's kind of a really weird idea to put a Pritchel hole on a curved surface like that. Pritchel holes in anvils are generally designed on the flat so that you can place your bar stock or whatever and punch holes through it. And so having it on a curved surface just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think these should be reversed. I think the round hole should be back here, and I think the square hole should be right here and not on the horn. I think the horn should have been left completely alone, but not a huge deal. You can do your hole punching and stuff through the square hardy hole in the back if you need to. So anyway, it's just one of those things that kind of bugged me about it. Number two, I'm not super wild about the fact that they use Bondo to cover up casting imperfections. What I would like to see is no casting imperfections, but I understand these are mass-produced anvils and they got to do what they got to do. So if they cast one and it's got casting imperfections underneath the bottom in an area that's not going to affect the way the anvil performs, they just smear Bondo in there and cover it up with paint. So if you get one of these and start stripping the paint off, don't be surprised to find areas like that. And so that is one drawback. But if you secure this to a stump or an anvil stand, you're never really going to be looking at that part. And from all I can tell, those little areas don't really affect the performance of the anvil one bit. So anyway, if you're getting started, this is a pretty good choice. It's much better than a railroad track anvil. It is much better than just grabbing a chunk of steel. This will get you going with actual anvil shapes that you can learn to work on. And then as you move up to a better quality anvil down the road, you can keep this one and let your friends beat on it. Or you can grind or radius the edges for specific purposes. So anyway, this is basically a budget or economy anvil, and in that regard, it's pretty good. I'll put a link in my bio for one of these where you can see, you can go check out if you want to buy one.